Anything
I'm
else?
gonna stick with
Pretzel?
this first. We'll go
Okay.
traditional. Ooh,
Okay.
I am not a pretzel person.
Not a pretzel person.
Do not like pretzels.
I should have called your mom
God.
before I. Did you just hit yourself?
I
in
see
the head?
myself in the head. Do you see marshmallow in my hair?
Nope.
Are you sure?
If I did, I wouldn't tell you, but no, there's not.
Thank
no,
you.
I don't see it. Hey everyone, I'm James Palmer at Sun Outdoors San Diego Bay. I'm here with race car driver and businesswoman Hailie Deegan, and this is Campfire Convos. All right, Hailie, we're gonna start things off with a little thing we call fire starters.
Okay, I'm
This
ready.
is lighthearted. This is wonderful. The only way it could be better is if we just start off with a little hot cocoa
Okay, I'm
to
down.
get more in the vibe.
That
That's
was
just,
pretty good.
that was pretty good.
Uh-huh.
Some of it's in my pants. But
It's
there
okay.
you go.
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna do one too. Let me ask you this,
Okay,
because you are a NASCAR driver,
yes.
but you're kind of like 9 other things on top of
Uh-huh, exactly, yes. That's the best way to
it, right?
explain it, but
So how would you sum it all up? How would you sum yourself? How would you describe you as an individual with everything you do?
the biggest thing in my life is like, yes, it's not the only thing I do, but it is connected to everything I do, no matter what. Like when I want to go have fun, it involves cars. When I want to just film cool content, it still goes back to filming racing stuff. Like there's so many things that all tie back to racing. Say I do sponsorship ads on my Instagram. Well, that ties back to racing too, because like that's just how the sport has like evolved in my life and how I kind of just have the show kind of going. I mean, like, I feel like that's the system I found it works really well for me and my career, and it's worked this far. So I mean, what can go wrong? It's like trying to fix something if it's not broken.
Exactly. And we're getting to see all of it, right? On the YouTube channel, like we see everything that you guys are doing. It's kind of like the Truman Show, but you know that it's happening. Right?
Exactly. And it's like your own way to make a reality show, but produce it yourself. It's like having a reality show that you can control.
But there's a science to it, there's a business to it that you guys are understanding as you're going through it. What makes like a channel interesting? How did you guys figure out what works? And it's probably an ongoing process too.
It's a lot of trial and error. It's posting videos that you think will work and they end up don't working. All right, scratch that. We won't do that anymore. But a lot of the times it's already stuff that's happening in my life, whether we capture it or not. It's not really made up. We don't really like go, okay, we're gonna go do this, do that, do that, even though it's totally out of the way of what we're doing. We don't really do that. It's kind of just what we do day to day, all just captured in one. And I feel like when you start faking things, start scripting them, it becomes so hard for people to believe and get attached to. People want a personal connection. People want to see you doing stuff that they want to do.
So your dad, I remember watching him like crazy in the X Games, Brian Deegan, Metal Militia and everything with the t-shirts and the brand and everything. The villain, yeah. What was a typical day? Let's pick an age for you.
Okay.
7, 9,
7.
maybe? What's a typical day at the Deegan household? Run me through what would go on.
So when I was 7 years old, just turning 8, that's when my dad just started racing off-road trucks. It's when 8th birthday, I got my first off-road truck. So I am...
Like a full-size truck?
Like, it's a mini truck, the version of my dad, what he was racing. Just a smaller version for, like, kids to race. Or at least kids my age, till about 16 years old. I just started falling in love with it, started driving all the time and just having so much fun. And we ended up going to school, coming home, we would go to the track. And it was just like our normal. And that was like a very normal thing to happen in my life. And once I got to the age of, I was about 7th grade, and that was when I really took a turn in my career and really like my outlook on what I wanted to do with my life.
Yeah, most people by 7th grade are like, okay,
grade,
I got it.
I
got it figured out. Let's go.
For the rest of my life.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I was just one of those kids, and I feel like that comes from my parents of constantly having a plan, executing the plan. What's the next goal? Let's execute it. And so I convinced my parents to let me be homeschooled. I wrote a 5-page essay during winter break of why I should be homeschooled.
Do you remember any of this essay?
It was just the reason why I wanted to race more and be good at racing, and how school just was too slow for me. And but I was like, I can do everything that I'm doing in that period that I'm at school in an hour at home. Like, it's just, why do I have to go at the other kids' pace and waste like my time when I could be practicing and getting better at racing? So my parents ended up letting me homeschool. I had to figure out the whole system of homeschooling, ordering the books, finding teachers, everything like that. And so I got that all figured out, and I ended up graduating at 16, 2 years earlier than I was supposed to.
At what age did you go, all right, racing is, it's before 7th grade, is before this decision, right? So was there a race, was there a moment that you were,
It
like
was
something
like-
you won and you were like, okay, this is,
As soon as I started winning, I was like, there's no other feeling that beats this.
Yeah.
Like, that's that you're on top of the world.
Did you guys ever have like a conversation once you got into NASCAR where he's like, all right, pain is part of this probably at some point? Like, was that ever a
No.
talk?
Because my dad was in such more of a dangerous sport.
Yeah.
Motocross is dangerous.
Yeah.
And that's more a conversation he would have with my little brother Hayden, who races motocross. Going out in a NASCAR stuff, really, I feel like, honestly, my biggest fear is fire. It's like,
Okay.
I got long hair, like, I don't want to catch on fire.
No.
I don't think anyone does
I have
in
short
any
hair and I
place.
don't wanna catch on fire, yeah.
I really don't think anyone wants to catch on fire.
So mom and dad weren't too concerned about
No,
you
I'm
getting
not
into
actually really
racing?
worried,
I feel like majority of parents would just be like losing their marbles
Yeah.
with their daughter at a young age getting into racing, but I guess he's been through it.
It's
and
like
knew it
when you
and-
do something so much more intense, if what I'm doing doesn't seem intense. Like,
Oh, that's a good point.
yeah, but if someone who doesn't do what I'm doing, they're like, oh my gosh, it's crazy. And so it's like, it's all like kind of perspective and situational. But there was this one race, speaking of fire, an off-road truck race, and it was white flag, so we had one more lap to go. And my truck all of a sudden starts, I see smoke, and we got one lap to go, I'm in second. And I'm
Oh,
like,
you
I'm not
can't-
gonna pull off,
No.
So this thing's on fire, and I see the flames coming up, and they're coming up. And I had a whole lap to go, and I just kept going. And I didn't stop. No, I was not pulling off.
In this last lap, where in the lap does the fire start? I mean, you could be exaggerating this story and you have 50 yards to go, or do you have like a long period of time?
Long period. Because like they started telling me my truck was smoking kind of at the start and finish line where the white flag is thrown.
Okay.
So like, you still have
So
like
it was like a
another
whole lap.
like a minute, like probably a solid
Holy.
minute left in the track, and I'm not sure exactly how long. Some tracks are 50 seconds, some are 45, some are a minute and a half. So it's probably a minute roughly. And the moment we jumped the finish line jump, I locked up the brakes. Already had the window net down. Belts off, and then I almost got hit by the people.
I was about to say that
I
you're not
didn't
supposed to
think
jump
about
out of the
that.
car with all the
Okay,
other
but when
cars
you're on
out there.
fire,
Well,
you're
yeah,
kind of like,
it's a good point.
meh, and so
Yep.
I unbuckle and I shoot out the left side. I was like, I am out.
And did your suit kind of like protect you,
So-
or did it?
That's the thing about fireproof race suits is they're resistant for so many seconds.
Oh,
So
okay.
it gives you like an extra, oh man, I don't know what it is today, but like back in the day, I think it was like 10 seconds it gives you
Okay.
till it starts going through. And so my race suit, I come out of the truck and it's all orange. That's what I figured out. If you catch on fire in a race suit, it starts turning like a rusty orange color.
Oh.
And so it's all down the right side.
What'd you do with the suit?
I still wore it. I still wore it, and it probably wasn't up to.
No.
I didn't even think about that, honestly. It probably wasn't up to like the safety regulations. I
Well,
mean, but who knows? Maybe there wasn't a rule about like pre-burnt race suits.
Maybe there's not, but if you say it has a 10-second deal on
Yeah.
it, you've burned off literally
I think it's
5
more-
or 6
yeah.
seconds of your
Yeah,
10 seconds. So that
probably.
suit still works.
It still
It's just a
works.
4-second
It's
suit.
just you got 4 seconds.
just-
And that's something that I probably should have like a self safety like probably should have thought about. But it's pretty cool. I still have the suit.
Oh, should be framed.
I know.
Yeah. Dig it.
Yeah.
So, Haley, as we go through your kind of racing early years, which is hilarious to say as you're 20, right?
Yeah,
So,
in my early years,
in your
in your
early
youth.
yeah, in your youth. So, like, before you're 16 years old, how many races have we probably won?
Oh man, I've never actually counted.
No?
Never.
Oh, I would have been
So
just
I have.
telling everyone, here's win number
Yeah,
285.
yeah.
Like, I would have told
Yeah,
everyone. Yeah.
like I think because I won the championship, is that like you don't really acknowledge the wins.
Oh,
It's
those
like the
little ones.
championship, it's like wins are here, championship is here. I won 2 of the national series championships and 1 of the regional. I just didn't race all the regional races. I ended up winning my first NASCAR race, being the first girl to ever win like a NASCAR sanctioned race.
Mm-hmm. At what age?
So I would have been 18. Oh no, it's younger than 17.
Okay. Did you pass your license on the first try?
I almost didn't.
Uh-oh, what did you foul up?
I almost went too slow.
No!
Yeah.
What do you think that driver and test instructor is like, you know?
He knew I would race.
Oh, okay, he was like, now he's like, you know, he tells everyone, you know that Hailie Deegan?
Yeah.
I almost failed it.
Yeah, I almost
for
failed
going
driving
too
test.
slow.
Yeah.
You know? Like
I know.
that's the story he tells everybody.
Every race that I don't win, he says that. No, she.
We were talking about that yesterday, and our producer Josh actually said that he crashed on his way to his driver's test.
What?
He got T-boned in his
At
aunt's
least it
in his
wasn't-
aunt's car.
Oh man.
Yeah, never made it to the
You always drive
test.
someone else's car during
Yeah,
the
it's not
driver's
your
test.
test. I mean, not your car. I mean,
Yeah.
Come on. All right, are you ready for some s'mores?
I'm
We
ready
have
for
the hot cocoa. Let's do
s'mores.
this.
You're talking my lingo over here.
Love it, love it, love it. All right, Hailie, this is what we call s'more talk.
Okay.
You have your weapon.
Oh my god. That makes some noise.
It did make you want to. It really feels good. You do give it
Why
a
doesn't
real.
mine do
do
it?
it real fast. There you go.
It's
I
going to
heard-
break and then I'm not
Yeah,
going to
just shatter into my
s'mores. I
eye
know.
or something. Yeah. But so all right. So here's the deal. You can tell a lot about a person by the type of s'more they build. And man, do we have the options.
Ooh.
How much are you of a burn situation on your marshmallow?
Okay,
I'm excited
so
to see that.
I want it to catch on fire, and then you blow it off like the flames and stuff, and then you
Yep.
like pull the burntness off top, and then you like eat the rest. You need
Okay,
one that's like
This is.
rounded good, like it's not like
Are you sure
angled weird.
Okay, yeah, get with.
Like that's a good one right here. You gotta find a good one. If you're
I'm gonna
do it.
try with you.
Okay.
But we keep all
You
eyes
gotta
on
make
you.
sure
though.
it's like even and doesn't like.
If I get it into a perfect circle.
You might just mush it.
Terrible bit. Good point.
So you're gonna go like this. You're gonna put it on, and then you're gonna kind of like, just like twirl it.
Is
You
it?
gotta get
do you
evenly
want,
burnt.
Do you want good heat early?
You want to build it up. You don't want to get one side burnt, but you don't want to totally catch it on fire. If it catches on fire, it's fine. You gotta blow it out quick.
That's
but you
true.
want it to just get perfectly toasted to that point where it's almost on fire.
My spin's too quick, I think.
Yeah, your spin's
Slow
too
it
quick.
down,
Slow down. We're
it
slow turned
down.
over here. Perfect. So you're gonna take it out, and when it hits the cold air, it's gonna cool and it's gonna harden.
God, you're like a Bill Nye the Science Guy with this.
And then you're gonna just simply, it's like lightly pull it, and like the top comes off. Yours is a little warm.
Oh.
And then you go and you cook the next part and do the same thing with it.
Very good. Very
It's
good.
like 2 marshmallows in one.
That was incredible. I'm gonna steal that. Can I steal it?
Go tag
I'll
me.
just mention you every time I do it.
Just tag me whenever you post a picture
Done.
of it.
Done and done. Does this kind of bring back some camping like
It
memories
does.
in a
It
sense?
really does. We went on a few
You traveled
camping.
a lot,
Yeah, it's
right?
more traveling a lot when we go anywhere, and I'd say more like our family vacations were more so going to like a race. Like say we went to Vegas and race, like going like to Zion after or something.
okay, yeah,
because
yeah,
it'd be close. And so like it was really cool. It was fun. Like
Yeah.
because
Are you staying in like a camper or like
camper,
a
yeah.
RV?
So my parents had a motorhome we stayed in most of my life. We didn't really stay in motorhomes or in hotels much.
Okay.
We were very much motorhome people, and I think it's because my mom likes to feel like she's at home, and she could like decorate it like she's at home.
Oh, and so are there like there's pictures on the wall and everything?
Oh
in
yes,
there?
oh yes, everything. It's decorated just like the house to match.
It's a miniature version of the home, just on the road.
Yeah, exactly.
We only met today, Haley, and it
Uh-huh.
feels like I've known you my whole life.
I know, it's so funny how that
Seriously?
happens.
Doesn't
S'more
that
freeze
feel
out.
like that happens? Like camping, you get to know people better.
Oh, for sure. You get to know people like while you're camping that are camping
Yeah.
near you, and it just becomes like a good time.
Yeah, it totally does.
I love it. I was on our first camping trip. I was about 8, 9 years old. Like our first legit, like we went with another family camping. I think it was in like,
It's like a sitcom.
we went there and we were like hiking through the little rivers, you know,
Mm-hmm.
like being all camping family and stuff. And we were having so much fun. Obviously lots of s'mores. And we stumble upon like hiking up this little river, and there's this den. And me
Oh.
and my best friend, we were like 8, 9 years old, and we walk across this den, and there is a bear inside, like a big bear.
The greatest creature on
And
land.
I just froze, and my friend screamed, "Push me into the water," because I froze. I was like, at least you had my back.
Yeah.
Like I appreciate it.
Do you have any other like near-death experiences?
Yes, a recent
Okay.
one.
Oh,
a
ooh,
recent
ooh.
one. So we were we were whitewater rafting. We were just like on rafts floating
That's
down a
when
river.
things happen, right? When you
Yeah.
don't think it's supposed to
No,
happen.
we were just chilling. All of us were connected by a rope. There's like 8 of us. My boyfriend, my little brother, a bunch of friends. We're just floating down the river. We get to this spillway, and it's rained a couple days before. Get to this spillway. We've been down the spillway before. It's like a foot deep, or a foot like tall
Oh, it
drop.
just goes boop.
Yeah. Problem was, it rained and it was going a lot quicker, so it was flipping back a lot quicker. We go down, my brother goes first, and we're all connected, and we push my brother out. Thank God he got pushed out. We flip back. My boyfriend's leg gets caught. All of a sudden, I'm down there getting dragged across the bottom cement because it's tied around my wrist, and then I just couldn't get out. Like, it's probably 30 seconds that went by, and I'm starting to inhale water because you can't see the surface. It's all green. All of a sudden,
30 seconds feels like 4 minutes, 5 minutes.
When you're inhaling water, it feels like forever. It's probably another 20 seconds. All of a sudden, the rope goes, phew.
So wait, your hand comes off. How did you get once you came undone, then your boyfriend popped back up?
He got out before me, and they couldn't find me.
Oh!
I was the last one under the water. And they're screaming for me, trying to swim back, but it's pushing them.
Oh, so they're floating away, and you're underwater there. Oh my God.
There's never been a moment where I thought I was gonna die in my life. And that was the
And
moment.
you have crashed a race car. And that's the scariest.
Never had like a near-death experience, but that was truly like the moment when I was like, this is it. Like when I was swimming, trying to get to the top, I was like, this is it.
Really? Did anything go through your head?
Just this is it.
This is it?
Are you kidding me?
This is how I go.
I was so frustrated because you're swimming and there's nothing you can do.
Yeah. Are you ready for some rapid fire questions?
I am ready for some
They will go by much faster than the amount of time you were underwater.
Okay, perfect.
Okay,
I appreciate that.
Done. All right, Haley, I know you're upset that the s'mores are gone.
Okay,
You're probably the greatest individual I've seen with a marshmallow on the end of a stick. You're just like a surgeon with that. But we have to move on
we have to move
to
on.
rapid fire.
I understand.
Okay?
I understand.
Here we go. Are you ready?
I think so. I don't know the question, so.
Camper or glamper?
If it's like
this
a
up.
little like log cabin that's like bugs everywhere, no. If it's one of those ones, I'm taking one of those
And you'll go
ones.
anywhere. Exactly. All right, dirt or asphalt?
Dirt is more fun.
Okay.
Asphalt is more career.
Land or water? Do you want to live with a large amount of land?
Land.
Would you like to live right near the water? Okay, land, got it. 2 wheels or 4 wheels?
4.
Gas or electric?
Gas.
Cat or dog?
Dog.
Bringing in for the real thing. Yep,
Yeah,
thank
only
you
real
very much.
ones
Yep. North Carolina or California?
California.
Is it because we're sitting in California right now?
No, it's because there's more stuff to do here.
Got it. Summer or winter?
Summer. I hate winter.
Let's go jump into the movie genre here. Talladega Nights or Ford versus Ferrari?
I'd say if you want a more family, like sit-down movie, you watch Ford versus Ferrari. If you're like by yourself with a tub of ice cream, you watch Talladega Nights.
In the back of an RV.
Yeah, for sure.
Pre-race pump-up song. Is there a song that has to be there?
Well, sometimes I'm feeling like Motley Crue, and sometimes I'm like, oh, I want to listen to like Eminem or Snoop Dogg.
When you're just normally driving on the road, what is a big driving pet peeve?
Semi-trucks in the fast lane.
Thank you.
Nothing that makes me more upset.
What is the toughest NASCAR track for you?
Daytona road course.
Okay.
It was raining. It was my first time on a road course in a truck. No practice.
What is the fastest you've ever driven a car? And was it in a race?
Oh, race for
Was it-
sure.
Oh, dang. I wanted it to be real life.
I'm just going on the freeway at 190 miles an hour.
Maybe it wasn't on a freeway. Maybe it's on a old country dirt road that nobody else was on.
190 miles an hour
No,
on
you
old
can't-
country dirt road.
can't
In
do
what?
that.
A Mustang?
Yeah, that's a good point. What is the fastest you've clocked?
190 is the range.
That is moving. What does 190 feel like? Awesome.
Things happen quick. You don't
Yeah.
actually feel how fast it is until something goes wrong.
What goes through your head the 10 seconds, half a second before you crash a race car?
When you know you're gonna crash and you're in the process of it, oh, that's the worst because it all slows down. It like feels so slow.
Okay, last one. What is the most dangerous thing you've ever done? Is it driving?
You ever been skydiving in Mooresville, North Carolina? I didn't even know you could go skydiving.
I've done it twice.
You've done it?
No.
Oh.
I've never been skydiving in Mooresville,
It's
North
like
Carolina.
$80.
Oh,
$80 and you go. Probably the most dangerous thing I've ever done.
that sounds about right. There's probably a YouTube video teaching you how to pack your own chute before you get to the plane.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There
exactly.
was no tutorial, nothing.
In my mind, I've always heard the motto that skydiving is a trial and error type of, activity you do.
Whoever you're talking to is wrong.
They're wrong. They're dead
That's
wrong.
not trial
They're
and
dead
error.
wrong. That's bad advice. You want to give some good advice? I'd like to dig a little bit deeper as we finish
Okay.
this out. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's do this. All right, Haley, as we close this out, this is feet to the fire.
Okay.
As you got mom's shoes on right there, it's going to be pretty simple to not catch those bad boys ablaze. So you're good to go. So it may
Okay, I'll
not
try my
be
best.
to feet to the fire situation. So we've talked forever here, but we've talked some racing, and I know I don't want to get like too into, because everybody asks you, you're a female race driver.
Yeah.
But what I'm curious about is, do you feel any sort of obligation with that? Like a responsibility that follows that?
I feel like it's more like an expectation.
Okay.
I think that's the hardest part, is that like there's certain moments where like I've set high expectations for myself, but like then other people have high expectations for me too. And like being the first female to ever win like a NASCAR race, that was like such a high, like that's a high expectation for when you move up. Like, and so moving,
The first to do anything is
and it's a big deal. And like honestly, like having that like pressure on you is a blessing and it's a privilege to have, but like that's a lot of pressure. So you gotta perform, and that's like I'm trying to do everything in my power to be the one that keeps having like a great career in the sport and a long-lasting career in the sport. So, I mean, I can't tell you if it's working yet or not, because I'm not to where I want to be just yet. I want to be someone who's driving in the NASCAR Cup Series. I want to be someone that's competing at that high level and not just being in the back. I want to actually be competitive.
We talk about you being a female driver so much, but do you want that, like, on your shoulders? Do you want to be the face of that? Because we look at so much that is happening in women's sports over the last couple of years, right? With the U.S. soccer team and all these different things. But you're literally competing against the men, unlike them. You can take
It's not like a female
You can
sport.
take their money. So you're in a different opportunity than all of them. Do you want to be the face of that?
Yeah, and I'd say I'm totally open to being the face of that, and like I would love to. It's like the aspect of I want to be known as just a driver, but
course.
also I am a girl, and like I do accept that, and I do feel like it would be motivating to see other girls have a girl that is succeeding to look up to.
And so when you look at your career and you're building this brand and you're a businesswoman, and I could go on and on, have there been moments that pressure has been kind of almost, I don't want to say like too much, but like almost too much, where it's like, hey boyfriend, hey dad, hey somebody, I need to chat with you because this is a lot, and I'm 20 years old.
Yeah.
That everybody's looking at.
I would say more people come to me because I feel like I can handle it all. That's the thing. I'm like confident that like, oh, I can do it all, and I think it's more people coming to me and be like, hey, like, don't push so much pressure on yourself, and like you don't have to do it all at one moment. And I think sometimes I get too ahead of myself, and I'm not a very patient person. And so, like, it's very hard for me to just kind of, like, slow down, take it all in, get one thing done at a time, because I'm like, all right, there's 10 things to do. I'm going to do 10 of it right now.
Yeah, exactly.
So it makes it tough sometimes. It is a lot to handle, and there is a lot going on just with the merchandise side, the YouTube side, and then plus racing on top of it. Most people only have to focus on racing. What I'm doing, I feel like it's just fun to do. It's, like, fun to share.
I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it, but you're crushing it.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
I'm going to tell you that. So you're going back to mom and dad's house.
Yes. I might have to stop for some In-N-Out. I haven't got any while I've been on the West Coast.
Ooh.
I sound like I eat terrible. I just inhaled like 10 marshmallows.
We had a lot of
My
marshmallows.
inner 13-year-old's coming out right now.
we had a lot of marshmallows.
We did. We had a lot of marshmallows.
And this was the best marshmallow situation I've had.
I taught you my technique.
I will steal it and use it moving forward for the rest of my days.
You can tell your kids, look what I learned when I was a kid in Boy Scouts.
I'm not going to say Boy Scouts. I'm going to learn this from Hailie Deegan.
Camming with Hailie.
100%. And thank you for teaching me.
No problem. No problem at all.
Well, it looks like this fire's about to die. So I hope you enjoyed this episode of Campfire Convos with Hailie Deegan. So click the link below to subscribe and learn more about Sun Outdoors with their RV sites, vacation rentals, and amazing on-site amenities.